Thank you for joining us. Please enjoy this video from Msgr Bill.
Good day. I hope all is going well with you and God, and your family and friends are doing well. I want to talk a little more about the Bible that we did last time, fleshed it out just a bit more. There's all kinds of literary forms in the Bible. There's fiction, there's orations, there's poems. There's a lot of different ways that the Bible has been recorded. So that's one of the things we have to look at, that not everything is history, not everything is poetry, you have to get used to different literary forms. And in the Old Testament, there's a whole series of historical books. And those are books that tell the story of Israel, Joshua, Judges, etc. And now, did everything happen exactly the way it's written? Probably not. A lot of this was handed on by word of mouth at first. It wasn't all just written down and fact-checked and all sorts of things. They didn't have those back in those days. And then you have some what are called wisdom books. And they are a teaching element within the Bible. You have ones like Ecclesiastes, Song of Songs, Sirach, Job. Did Job really exist in the way it's written? Probably not. And did Noah really build an ark when it rained for 40 days and he got 2 of every kind of animal in the world? Got to Alaska to get a Kodiak bear. It's telling a religious story. As I always, one of the things I do with my kids in class when I ask them, is the story of the tortoise and the hare true? And at first they say, no. And I said, really? It's not a true story? I think it's a very true story. It didn't happen, but it's a true story. The moral of the story is you keep working steadily and not trying to get real fast and then sleep and etc. There's a moral truth to that. And some of that dynamic is there in the Bible as well. And of course the New Testament has some historical books, the 4 Gospels, and the Acts of the Apostles. When Luke records those early days, those early years of the church and how things were going and moving through, there are some didactic letters there that teach. And then there's prophetic literature in the book of Revelation, that seems kind of scary and all these monsters and these apocalyptic images that John writes about. But he's telling a truth, and he's using that those images to say, guys, this is what's going to happen. Now, will it happen exactly the way will there really be 4 horsemen that come down? Probably not. But, in his culture, the different elements, etc., will there be an end of the world? Yes, there will be. And that's what he's trying to talk to us in this whole thing. So we have to put all of those different forms together, the different times they were written, the people who wrote them. But one of the really wonderful things about the Bible, if you go back in ancient literature and try to piece together, and this is just general historical facts, and if you try to say, well, gosh, which is the best book that's ever been written that is more accurate than any other ancient books? And it's the Bible. There's not a book anywhere that comes close to the accuracy of the Bible being transmitted and the completeness of it. So we're very blessed with that. So you can go to the internet. There are several good Catholic sites on the internet to learn more about the Bible. But it is our love letter from God. He's teaching us in many different ways. Just like, we were taught as children. The stories we learned, the moral stories, had great truth, but they were stories. And the Bible has some of that as well. It does not make mistakes when it comes to the religious teachings. Did Jonah really live 3 days in the belly of a big fish? No. But he's telling a truth. And he's using that vehicle. So always think about that. Don't let people say, well, nobody could live inside a whale for 3 days. Well, first of all, it's a big fish. It doesn't say a whale. And just know that there's a story behind it. There's a truth behind it. And that's where we want to get so familiar with the Bible that we understand those things and take great solace in what we are being taught in the Bible. So read the Bible every day. If something sounds kind of strange, well, go on net. You go into we have some books here in the church. You can call me, and we can talk about some of that and help to see how God is giving us truth in this particular wonderful love letters that he wrote to us through history in the Bible. Good reading. I hope you have these wonderful visions and know that God is always with us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.